Lately, everyone has had something to say about Bronny James. Some players think he's a baller. Others think he doesn't belong in the NBA.
Bronny James, right now, does not belong anywhere near the NBA.
And don't even get me started on what Jaylen Brown said, man. This is what NBA players think about Bronny James. LeBron and Bronny James have an interesting relationship as the first father-son teammates in NBA history. Obviously, LeBron has never said a bad thing about Bronny to the media. In fact, many argue LeBron has publicly overrated Bronny, putting a target on his back. Back in 2023, LeBron decided to take to Twitter to hype up Bronny's game. He tweeted that Bronny is better than some of the cats in the NBA. Man, Bron, I know you love your son, but you were sounding like prime LeVar Ball with this take.
5-on-5 game, he good. 1-on-1, I'm undefeated, never lost.
Will you stop it?
Never
How many
lost
times will
one-on-one.
That don't make any sense.
While it's true, LeBron has put added pressure on Bronny, can you really fault a dad for overrating his son? LeBron has consistently given Bronny support and high praise on multiple occasions. We have to remember that LeBron didn't have a father growing up, so he's just trying to be the best one to Bronny that he can be.
For a father, it means everything. For someone who didn't have that, growing up, to be able to have that influence on your kids and have the influence on your son, to be able to have moments with your son.
But hey, let's be real. Of course LeBron likes Bronny a little more than some NBA players, and he likes him a lot more than former NBA superstar Demarcus Cousins. Demarcus Cousins is real critical of Bronny James and the Lakers organization for drafting him. With Bronny's name going viral after the 2024 NBA draft, Demarcus was asked about his opinion on the Lakers' 55th pick, and he said this.
I take it as a move as I don't really think the Lakers are serious anymore. I love everything that it stands for. I think, what Bron is doing with his legacy and just, as a businessman and everything that comes with it, I think it's a beautiful thing. I think it's really, really dope. But as far as the Lakers actually competing, I don't know. I take that as a sign as they aren't really serious.
Man, he really made both Bronny and the Lakers look like clowns in one quote. Now that's just mean. After Cousins said this, former NBA star Gilbert Arenas took to his podcast to defend Bronny. Kind of.
Everyone's judging the basketball game, but nobody's judging him as an influencer. Sometimes you got to look at it a little different. He's an influencer that's playing basketball, right? You're talking about a kid he has more followers on social media than Patrick Mahomes. Like, he literally has more than a 3-time NFL champion.
Wait, did Gilbert just call Bronny an influencer that plays basketball? I guess Bronny is no different than Logan Paul. But we'd have to ask Kevin Durant that, because before Bronny got drafted, KD talked about him on Logan Paul's podcast. KD kept it real by saying Bronny could use an extra year in college.
I think he could use another year of college and see where he at.
Yeah. That father-son legacy in the NBA.
Crazy.
Man.
But we all know Bronny didn't take that advice. And I guess that's why KD showed him no mercy on this play.
His defense on Bronny James. Unsuccessful challenge here. I mean, you see the body down low by Kevin Durant rotating over.
Man, if you don't want to get disrespected like Bronny just did, you better subscribe. Bronny, that was your welcome to the NBA moment. But former NBA journeyman Stephen Hunter doesn't believe Bronny should even be in the NBA. Stephen Hunter played in the NBA for 8 seasons, and he described Bronny James being drafted as an abuse of power by LeBron James. In his full quote, he said, "Typically late second round picks don't get 4-year guaranteed roster spot deals. This wasn't earned, I'm sorry. And it's an egregious abuse of power from LeBron James and Rich Paul. It's a slap in the face to all the kids who worked their asses off to get to the league. It's sneaky Hollywood shit like this that turns a lot of people off about LeBron." He continued on to say, "This is why most people prefer MJ or Kobe over him, because at least MJ or Kobe gonna be straight shooters. Trust me, MJ could have gotten one of his sons in the league if he chose to abuse his power like that." Man, that's harsh. Hunter really roasted father and son in one quote, but maybe someone had to say it. NBA Hall of Famer Charles Barkley seems to think so, but he was a tad more respectful. When asked about Bronny James's talent, he had this to say.
Bronny's a prospect. Number one, I'm glad he's healthy. I think he should be in the G League. He's not ready to play in the NBA right now.
It seems most NBA players feel Bronny isn't ready to compete with the big boys, but he does have some supporters, like his uncle Shaq. When asked about Bronny James, Shaq said you should drop a like and subscribe to the channel. Oh wait, no, he didn't say that. But you should like and subscribe or I'm gonna be very sad. But for real, here's what Shaq said.
I would like the scrutiny to get off Bronny James.
At least someone is looking out for Bronny, and Shaq isn't the only one. Before JJ Reddick decided to take over as the head coach in LA,
you have to look at your roster and then you have to figure out how you can create margins with that roster.
He had quite a good career as an NBA player.
JJ has it, fires in time for the win. The Clippers win!
And JJ has been a vocal supporter of Bronny from the beginning. Soon after the Lakers drafted Bronny, Coach Reddick supported his player in front of NBA media, ensuring that the Lakers drafted him because of his hard work and not his name.
With Bronny, I want to clarify one thing you just said, which is Rob and I did not give Bronny anything. Bronny has earned this.
Bronny got some high praise from his coach, but he also got high praise from his dad's former teammate, Iman Shumpert. Shumpert said he thinks Bronny is going to prove a lot of people wrong.
I can't wait for everybody to get a taste of this side note, Bronny medicine. Oh, they gonna get some of this medicine.
Shumpert even later went on to compare Bronny to current NBA star Lonzo Ball. Iman Shumpert and LeBron had a long history together as teammates, so it's good to see him showing love to the James family. Draymond Green is another current player who has shared his thoughts on Bronny. While Draymond and Bronny's dad, LeBron, have had heated battles on the court, Draymond has been nothing but supportive of Bronny. Green has even gone as far as calling out Bronny haters on his podcast.
Bronny and Bron playing together.
Incredible.
It's insane. Like
incredible.
And anybody who hating on that, like
you're out.
hate yourself.
Man, Draymond Green is a real one. And later on in the same podcast, Green also shared some advice he had for Bronny.
My only thing to Bronny is this. Brother, if you're gonna fail, and I actually said to him, hey man,
Go out guns blazing.
if you're gonna fail, fail on your terms.
Yep, go out guns blazing, baby.
You know how to play basketball, and some of this time I'm watching you play, and you acting like you don't know how to play basketball. The one thing I know you know how to do is you know how to play basketball, bro.
It's nice to see a future NBA legend supporting Bronny, because not all do, including NBA Hall of Famer Magic Johnson. Magic has gone on record saying he doesn't believe Bronny James is ready for the NBA.
If I'm Bronny, I would tell my dad, just let me play in the G League all season.
Dang, Magic doesn't see the vision for Bronny. And we all know as a player he had great vision, but Avery Johnson was also a player with great vision, and he had this to say when Bronny James got placed in the G League.
This young man probably needs a year or two in the G League to really develop his game, to see if he can ever become a rotation player, or even better in the NBA.
Avery Johnson also seems to think Bronny James isn't NBA ready, but LeBron's former teammate Dwyane Wade does see some potential in Bronny. And to show his support, he came to his defense in this interview.
Commenting on this idea that there were guys who were more qualified who did not get drafted, and that perhaps the only reason he got drafted is because he's LeBron James' son.
Well, none of them could beat him in basketball. So you can't listen to that. Okay. Like I said, if you're not there with me every day, if you're not going through the moments where you got to embrace the suck, when you're not going through the moments where you don't want to quit because it's so hard. Yeah. If you're not in this with me, I can't listen to you comment about me. Okay. And so hopefully Bronny has his headphones on. I know he got his headphone deal. Hopefully he has that on. He's just locked in on a kid who's always had a dream.
Like D. Wade, former Laker Metta World Peace is also still a believer in Bronny James. In an interview with TMZ Sports, he said this.
At the end of the day, he has an NBA body. He's only 19, maybe he's 20.
Yeah.
He's not the first 19-year-old, to not be like he will be when he's 25. I came into the NBA averaging like 11 points.
Okay.
And my game went to the next level when I was 24.
It's good to see a couple former NBA All-Stars being patient with Bronny. Another former All-Star, Jeff Teague, shared an interesting Bronny James take on his podcast.
He got more of a target on his back than Lonzo Ball.
Yeah, for sure.
And mind you, Lonzo Ball was a number 2 pick.
Yeah.
And he's the 55th pick. When people see Bronny come in the game, their eyes is like...
Maybe Bronny James really does have a target on his back, but Kwame Brown thinks Bronny James is flat out no good.
Zero confidence whatsoever in the shot. Can't hit a three to save his life in game action.
Kwame may have been a bust, but he went in on Bronny. And current superstar Devin Booker won't give Bronny respect either. Just look what he had to say after Bronny missed a free throw.
But he's just no good.
Wait, did he really just say he's just no good? I'll let you do the lip reading and be the judge. But while you're at it, go ahead and read Jaylen Brown's lips too. Sheesh, he really said Bronny isn't a pro. After this clip went viral on social media, Jaylen Brown went to Twitter to try and calm people down. Jaylen, that tweet doesn't really take back what you said. But hey, at least we know whenever Bronny and Jaylen Brown match up, they'll both look to steal the show. If you like NBA content, which let's be real, you do, click the video on the screen.